Alrighty, welcome everybody to another campaign here on Gaming for Immersion. So, the story behind this one, I'm starting recording on this probably, I don't know, maybe a week or so before it actually is going to go live on the channel, because I'm kind of wanting to get started on a new one as the Tamarcon campaign is getting wrapped up. And I always get a little bit antsy when I go too long without playing the Skaven. I think they are probably my favorite race to play, and the fact that there's such variety between the different Skaven factions, the different legendary lords and their different mechanics, I just kind of feel like there's always something kind of exciting to check out with the Skaven. And like I said, I get antsy if I go too long without playing them. Now, I'm going to try to be as succinct as possible about the lead up to this one. Most of you already know what this channel is all about, where I try to play Warhammer more immersively, more grand strategy, which really means a slower pace. That's largely because I just feel like I enjoy the game a lot more, and in fact most games a lot more. I enjoy them if I'm not trying to rush through them as quickly as possible. So I don't really love the steamrolling, super aggressive playstyle that vanilla kind of steers you towards, and so instead, I like having more of a feel of being able to do offense when it makes sense to do offense, but sometimes it makes sense to do defense. Don't feel like you necessarily have to constantly, every turn, be grabbing new territory, because you can't if you stack the odds against you. And so we're using, normally on this channel, we use mods to try to slow everything down and make it much more difficult to take a super aggressive pace. Having said all that, there have been many people who have recommended to me, I should say, to try out SFO. I have used it in the past. It has been a long time. It seems like it has now gotten to the point where it's fairly stable here. And they have mentioned that you can customize SFO in a way that is very similar to what we do with our mods that I've made videos about. So that's what I'm going to test out on this. And it's been a long time since I have played Deathmaster Snikch here, so I'm going to test this out with him, hopefully turn this into a full campaign, and we're going to try to see how close SFO can get to recreating the same grand strategy feel that we have with our other suite of mods. So the only mods I'm using in this playthrough are the SFO mod itself, and I've also added in the garrison training mod, which I believe is compatible with this. So it's going to make it so that garrisons gain experience over time. To the best of my knowledge, that is not something that SFO does on its own. And when I say SFO, I obviously mean Grimhammer. I'm not sure which name it uses officially right now. So I normally avoid the major overhauls like SFO, particularly when it comes to making video series, just because they do tend to come with a lot more bugs. There's a lot of functionality in them beyond just the grand strategy feel that I normally use. And so there can often be things that I don't like. So I don't really know how much I'm going to like. Just complete that thought. There's usually a mix of things I like and things I don't like. And I genuinely like the feel of vanilla for the most part, except for the pacing of it. So that's why I tend to stick with that. But we're gonna say what the heck. Let's go ahead and try it once here with this campaign with Deathmaster Snikch. So I've glanced at this. I don't see anything that is super different looking than how it is in vanilla, other than this unique unit of Black 13. So we shall kind of discover what changes SFO makes as we get going. I'm going to go ahead and use the standard settings that I always use. I do play on Legendary very hard. This does say player no bonuses. AI is getting a cost reduction, a research rate boost, a growth rate boost. So then I think we're also going to need to make some adjustments in the game once we get in there. So let's go ahead and with no further ado, jump in.
Attack in silence. Cover tracks. Quick death they shall have.
Okay, so how they play. We've got the shadowy dealings, of course. We've got the typical Skaven food and Undercity mechanics. Summonable clan rats, yes, the menace below, the underway, all that. Yeah, we already know all that. That's all pretty standard stuff. Okay, so we need to defeat dimmed sums here. Is this the same look to the logo here for dimmed sums? Because this kind of looks different than how I remember it, but it's been a long time since I played in this part of the world. Anyway, okay, so we have this up here, I think. Yeah, SFO settings. Okay, I remember this being something. In fact, yes, this is exactly what we want. Okay, so we've got all kinds of variables here that we can set. So let's do what we can to recreate the feel of the grand strategy mods that I normally use. So I'm going to leave as much as I can on default and just try to recreate what I normally would try to do. So I'm not going to change. This is all kind of interesting to change some of these things maybe down the road. If this campaign works out pretty well, I may try another one. But anyway, for now I'm just going to leave things like more armies in line of sight, because I don't normally ever change those. I'll just leave those the way they are. I don't know what Total War does. Custom SFO units, it does say unlocked. That's fine. We'll try what the new units are. Character defense from agents, I'm just going to go with default again. Action success chance, corruption. These things are actually, no, corruption. Well, I was going to say, normally I sometimes use that that one mod that does make the corruption a little bit more meaningful, but I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. Technology, I think I will take a look at this one, because I do really like what the WEG mod does to slow down research. What the heck? Let's try it. We're going to have a slow-paced campaign. Let's slow down technology research as well. So what this is going to do at minus 50%, this is going to presumably make every technology twice as long to research. But the good news about that the thing that I really like about that is it makes more meaningful the different things that you can do to speed that up. So whether you're talking about skills on characters that you normally would not really prioritize very highly, all of a sudden they're going to become more valuable. The steel technology agent action, things like that. There's going to be things that you're going to suddenly feel that they have a lot more impact on the game because of this. So we're going to try that. Health replenishment, here we go, definitely. Wow, only minus... Okay, so this is interesting. When I see this minus 20% casualty replenishment rate, I don't know if that means minus 20% off of the normal, or if it means, like, in other words, if your normal rate is, let's say, 5% per 5% casualty replenishment per turn, does this minus 20% mean that take 20% off of that, so your new casualty replenishment is only 4%? Or does it mean that if your casualty replenishment rate is 5%, this minus 20% is going to make it minus 15%? I don't know. We're going to find out. The mod that I normally use, the realistic replenishment, takes 50% off of normal casualty replenishment. Yeah, I don't know. We'll test it. We'll see what it does. Construction and recruitment. Well, that's kind of tempting. What does slower do? This is minus 50% and minus 1 local global recruitment points. Let's try it. We're going to go with an epic pacing here. Growth. Ooh, I don't like the fact that this is not percentages. Yeah, this to me feels like this is going to impact different factions to really, really varying degrees. So I'm going to leave that default. Experience gain, we're going to go ahead and knock off the experience gain, slow down the rate at which we can level. Armies movement, minus 50%. Yes, love it. Okay, glad that we can do that. Wounds time, we want the default value is 8 turns. Okay, so this is going to make it 12 turns. That's what we want. Province control. What does this mean? Oh, my goodness. No, we're going to leave that at default. Okay. Battle speed, let's go with slow. This is minus 20% melee. This is really nice. I haven't looked at this SFO in a long time, and it does a lot more than I remember it doing here. This is pretty cool. Okay, we got garrisons. We want stronger. This says it gives... Okay, so it doesn't look like it's changing the number of units at all, or the types of units, but it is giving garrisons bonus, like buffs. Okay, we'll try it. Characters, what is this? Strong, no, we want characters to be default. Healing capacity, I'm fine with default. Siege type. All settlement battles are unwalled sieges if they don't have wall or are major settlements. Well, what's the difference between that and default? Isn't that how it is in default? Well, I'm going to leave it on default. Okay, you can tell me in the comments if you know exactly what the difference is between those two, because off the top of my head, I'm not sure what the difference is. And then magic, yeah, we'll leave magic default as well. And then what is this time to turn the tides? Oh, yeah, okay. Now, I remember this. This is a way to give particular factions specific buffs. Okay, so we're going to leave it at this. I think that's this is going to be a pretty good test now of the of how well SFO compares to the other mods that we generally use. Okay. Deathmaster Snikch, you got yourself some Clan Rat Spears, Eshin Triads, Warp Grinders. I'm never very good with using these guys. I do love my Poison Wind Mortars. Night Runner Slings, I'd rather have the non-sling version, but that's fine. And we got Gutter Runners. The Gutter Runners will be... And regular Night Runners. Okay, this is good. So we got... The Slingers have to stand still. These guys can all fire while moving unless it's changed. Nope. Has not changed. They can all fire while moving. That's what we want. And then you know what I just noticed? It looks like it didn't take effect here.
I walk in shadow.
Where is it? Army's movement minus 50%. This sure looks to me... Okay, maybe it takes a turn to take effect. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so we have an Eshin Sorcerer. This is one of the more useless heroes in vanilla, but maybe it'll be more valuable in SFO. So then we've got experimental magics. This is not a trait that I recognize, so that maybe they reworked the traits for SFO. That would be pretty cool. Black Whirlwind, Skaven spells of stealth, does a vortex, huge stationary area of effect. Pretty decent DPS. Okay, this is almost like comparable to the Plague. It's a stationary DPS vortex. Okay, yeah, we'll use that for sure. And physical resistance plus 20%. That is hard to say no to that. Okay, let's also take a look here at our camera settings. So I'm not using the mod that remembers these, so I'm going to go ahead and set them myself. I think what I'm going to do... Yeah, I'll just do the normal. I like the feel of the more cinematic camera on us and our enemies, and everybody else gets low. Okay, so you right here, Windbood, you're going to jump into this army. And, aha! Okay, now we have definitely seen... So, okay, so it didn't take effect... just because we had that other army selected, but now that we've actually done something, we can really see. If I were to move everybody but him... No, it doesn't matter. Even... Oh, wait a minute, this is weird. He himself is now showing full movement range, but Snikch has definitely been reduced. But did this not say... This says... minus 50% armies and agents. Interesting. Well, it looks to me like that agent has a lot more movement than the army does, but whatever. Okay, it's fine. Really quickly, going to take a look at our starting settlement here. So we do have the typical clan headquarters, landmark building, which is good. It's giving us income, which is really, really good. Food, which is really, really good. Campaign movement range for armies in this province. Okay, that's great. And a debuff to campaign movement range for enemy armies. That's all very good. And it unlocks recruitment, but it doesn't do anything with garrison. So our garrison is quite weak, and we're going to have to be careful about that. We've also got gem mining, which is just a little bit of income, a little bit of trade resources. I'm going to have to take a look in a minute to see if we can do any trading. But other than that, let me really quickly look at the building browser here. We're definitely going to want a hidden layer as soon as possible, but the capital... Oh, never mind, this is not the capital. Never mind, this is minor settlement. So this might very well be a good place to build this. We can build this at level 1, and if I remember correctly, the other Skaven factions can't build this until level 2. So that's useful. And this would allow us to then recruit some assassins. It does say also it allows us to recruit Night Runners. However, we already can recruit them because of that landmark, which makes this a little bit lower priority. And then we have, of course, our weapons teams. We've got our engineering here. We've got our plagues. We've got our monsters. Okay, yeah. So that all looks pretty much the same. This is our garrison. Our garrison in SFO here. If we take the garrison building, the first level of it gives us 4 clan rat units. Not great. And it consumes food. Interesting. The level 3 version, which is the second tier of it, also consumes food, but still just the 1 food. Gives you the 4 clan rats units plus the rat ogres. Okay, I'm not overwhelmed by that, but we're definitely going to be wanting to build it in most places anyway, because you have to do something to improve your ability to defend these settlements. Speaking of which, yeah, the regular old minor settlement garrison looks like it caps out at 10 units. A couple of the units are pretty decent, but that's certainly not all that intimidating of a garrison army. All right, and then we're definitely going to want to unlock... Let me see if we can do any research at all right now. We can do devious plans. And here we go. See, two turns became 4 turns. All right, so it's not essential that we immediately build a building to allow us to unlock research, because we can at least do some research without it. So we could go growth. In fact, we're almost certainly going to want to go growth. We could go food. This gets us up to food generated of 3 per turn. Casualty replenishment rate plus 4%. So that's going to be really important to get that as well. So plus 1%, plus 2%, plus 4%. So to me, it feels like it's in between these two. Either we do growth or we do food. I'm leaning towards food because I think food is probably going to get us growth. Anyway, it does. Yes. Okay. So the more food we can get, the better. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here at Snikch. He's got no magic items to begin with. He's got no ancillaries to begin with. And just at first glance here, I don't see rat foo. Isn't there a rat foo? I was going to say that first... Oh, yeah, right there, rat foo. Okay, so, yeah, so at first glance, this looks pretty much like it does in vanilla, but there could be differences. Anyway... It's been a while since I've played him, so I don't really remember for sure, but I'm almost certainly going to want to take Ancient Cunning. Is there anything that boosts our replenishment? There is not. Okay, what about over here? Lightning Strike is always going to be good, although with Ambush Stance, it's less valuable for the Skaven. Okay, I'm leaning towards not really prioritizing the blue line because of I don't see any replenishing going on there. All right. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm very curious to see how slowly we level up our characters with the this setting right here. This is going to slow it down pretty considerably. All right. So again, we've got our objective here to engage the enemy. We get 500 treasury for it. I don't see any reason not to go ahead and do it. No idea what they have in that army. We'll find out momentarily. Pyrrhic victory. If we auto-resolved, which we're not going to do, we would lose 3 units. We can do better than that fighting manually, I presume. So let's do it. To those of you who have recommended SFO, I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that this has sort of motivated me to check this out, because I didn't know you had quite this much control over your campaign. It's already got me thinking of other factions that I might want to test out as well. All right, start deployment. So we're going to get... This is our main damage dealer right here. Get him as close to the front line there as we can. He still cannot quite reach. That's okay. We'll move him forward just a tad. Just a smidge. We'll get... I think we'll get you... We're going to get you alone into the rear. I don't want to divert too many of our troops from the front lines here. Oh wow, these are bigger. Okay, I can see already 200 models in this unit. Okay, the 32 seems normal to me, so it's just this Clan Rat Spears unit that, well, and the Gutter Runners and the Night Runners might be larger than normal as well. All right, so Slingers, let's get you up here. You 3 can be hidden. I think we'll get you here. We'll move you forward as the battle begins, depending on how they behave in the beginning. We want to get you back here. These guys they do really good damage, but they're quite fragile. And I'm not quite good enough with micro to use their abilities effectively. So this does damage to all enemies within 50 meters. And it slows them down. So that's quite good. Warp Overcharge here. Okay, so this reduces armor, but it gives a buff in every other respect. This is a 2-minute cooldown. This is a 1-minute cooldown. And then Seismic Snare, so this just locks them in place. Also quite useful. That is a 90-second cooldown. Okay, so then the Eshin Triads, we're going to get you over here. We're going to get these 2 units defending the Poison Wind Mortars, I think. Let's just see how this goes. So you guys all kind of creep forward a bit here. They're not coming towards us yet. We have 2. Okay, they are coming towards us. Let's go ahead and start shooting here. You guys get ready to start hitting the flanks. going to go ahead and also do this. And then Snikch, get ready to hit from behind. Okay, so you get in on those Savage Orc arrow boys. Okay, you guys over here. See if you can draw some of them off. Okay, you get forward. You forward a little bit. Okay, you go ahead and use your magic. You go ahead and... Let's go ahead and do this. Boom. Okay, you on them. You guys on them. You guys go ahead and use your buff, because why not? Oh, your slinger's here. I got my slingers bogged down. That's my bad. Okay, you guys should be... Let's back you up like that. Okay, so these... Okay, so our slingers are in trouble unless I do something about it. And so, okay, here we go. Boom. We need to protect our Poison Wind Globadiers more than anything. Yeah, you keep shooting them. Actually, you can kind of move and shoot at the same time. Okay, you guys protect them. You guys... Okay, we should be winning at least down there, so that's fine. Okay, you guys back up a little bit here. You should be able to keep... Here, do this. You... Okay, you guys on them now. Okay, let's do this. Boom. My slingers are unfortunately broken at this point, or, yeah. Let's go ahead and do this again. Okay, Snikch, how are we doing here? And you guys back here, yeah, this is... The Eshin are always a challenge for me because they require so much micro, but it's fine. It's fine. You see if you can keep casting here. Oh, not letting me. Okay. That's alright. You've got good physical resistance. Let's go ahead and get you firing into them. You guys keep backing up. Okay, right here. Let's see if we can get you over here to help out. Looks like we've taken down the enemy lord, so that's good. You just keep hitting those Savage Orcs. You're doing okay, even though you haven't been able to cast any magic. Okay, you can now come over here and help out. Okay, now you can cast, probably. Hopefully. Not sure what's going on there. Nope, still can't. Okay. Get you on them. Get you helping out there. You keep fighting them. You guys can go ahead and hit them from behind now. You guys keep backing up, and you've already broken them, so you can now start shooting them. Ooh, you have no more ammo. Okay, well, you can attack them in melee then. None of you have ammo. Oh, never mind. The three of you together should be able to overwhelm them. Okay, we got them running away. I think this was a pretty scuffy fight, but it's okay. We've got it under control now. Let's go ahead and bombard them. Let's go ahead and shoot at them. Let's go ahead and get you. Hitting them. Hitting them. How are we doing over here? Keep fighting them. You. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Finally, we got a cast off. Probably did damage to my own unit there, to Snikch. And this was Warp Stars. How come I don't have the... I'm not seeing the special ability that was listed with our trait. What's going on there? Okay, we've not done great over here, but it's fine. We're not going to lose any units anyway. Let's get you. I tell you what, you keep shooting them because they are still... There we go. There we go. Alright, we've already killed the Lord, so I think that's all we need to do. Alright, so in the future I need to do a better job of keeping the enemy front line off of our back line. However, that's hard to do since our back line is about twice the size of our front line. Okay, talisman protection, very good, we'll take that. We've got food, we've got treasury, experience. Okay, how much? 5%, huh? Or we could get 1,000. It doesn't look like our economy really desperately needs another 1,000 infusion right now, so we're going to take the food. And then for 2 turns, Skaven Corruption and a Vigor Loss Reduction. We'll take that. Okay. Now here's already going to be the big difference with the settings that we have chosen. We cannot reach Village of the Moon.
Snikch.
And for that matter, we are in enemy territory here.
Victorious.
The only 2 stances we can choose from are Stalking and Channeling. Might as well channel. There's no real advantage to Stalking at this point. This Village of the Moon, okay, that's a garrison that we can beat for sure, but we're just not going to be able to do it this turn. So what that means is over here at Jingpo, we're going to probably want to recruit a second lord, but let me take a look here at our, I'm trying to remember now, available scheme. Okay. Let's make sure that if we do this with Deathmaster Snikch, if we do one of the ones that only costs 1, so this is, it increases the number of available schemes by 1, but it only costs 10 food. I seem to remember this taking a lot more food than that before. Stash rations, it's 30 food. Resets all used schemes. Yeah, don't need to do that. Troublemaker. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do this, let me take a look here at Snikch and his experience. Wow, he only got like a quarter of a level of experience for that battle. Okay. Definitely going to take a very long time to level up, which suits me fine. Okay. Anyway, infiltrated camp. So this is leadership penalty to a targeted army. Food raid. Gain 10 food. Sneaky scouting. Vision of a province for 5 turns. Grants an ancillary item. Small heist is up to 5,000 gold. That feels to me like that's more than it used to be in vanilla. But I think more than anything what we need is we want to get our food up. Upkeep minus 10% right now, but when we get this to above 60%, we're getting growth and upkeep, loyalty +1 for new recruits, increase to our casualty replenishment rate, control, additional upkeep reduction for Skaven slaves, which we don't have any, global recruitment capacity +0, don't know why that's even listed there, local recruitment capacity +1, leadership +4. Okay, so definitely worth getting up into the high levels of food here. All right, so if I do this, if I do Snikch, and we do food raid, and we do Deathmaster Snikch, and then we target. I don't really see any reason not to target that, so confirm. Now this better not make him disappear from the army, because I don't want to lose him for multiple turns here. Okay, action successful. We got our food. We burned our scheme. And we obviously did not lose Deathmaster Snikch, and he gained about a half a level, a little bit more than a half a level from that. Okay, so that's good. That's going to be a good way to get him experience, or any of the other characters experience for that matter as well. Okay, fair enough. Let's check a couple of things now. We're in surplus food supplies, which means our recruits now have +1 loyalty, so that's good. And what else did I want to check? I wanted to see if we can do any heroes. No heroes at all. Recruit a lord. Okay, Grey Seers. Oh, okay. Do I... Oh, I forgot. Eshin doesn't have to worry about loyalty. That kind of rings a bell. It's been like I said, it's been a long time since I've played Eshin. Okay, so thematically, I think it would make sense for us to do a Grey Seer of Ruin or a Master Assassin. Probably Master Assassin. Let's take a look at these guys. So we got Missile Strength for Night Runners and Gutter Runners. That's going to be really useful. It's going to be hard to top that. Eshin Discipline, Speed, and Weapon Strength for Night Runners. Okay, well, there we go. That might have topped it right there. It's hard to tell. Those are both really good. And Rodent Ambuscade. So, Missile Strength for during ambushes. So this is really good for ambushes. And as an assassin, you'd like to do as many ambushes as possible. Well, we're going to go ahead and do Shuriken Mayhem because it sounds cool. And can't move, obviously. Let's go ahead and do some recruiting here. I think I don't see any reason not to do Night Runners. So they are the best unit that we can recruit right now. I do like them more than Slingers. Alright. Unfortunately, it's going to take him a while to get over here and reinforce this attack, but hopefully we're strong enough here. We are getting... This is interesting. We're getting replenished even though we are in enemy territory. And is that because of this, what I saw up here, this constant casualty replenishment rate plus 2%? I don't know if this is an SFO thing or if this is specific to having our surplus food supplies. But I was not expecting it. It's not a lot of replenishment, but it's sure... viscerally is a better feeling to see a green plus sign than it is to not see it. So, alright. Obviously, we're not going to have any regiments of renown that we can recruit yet, although this does say level 6, so that's good. Won't be too long, hopefully, before we get there. And then 5 turns for our next scheme reset. Let's check our diplomacy. Probably should have done this before we suffered casualties, but, you know, it is what it is. Clan Krizor here. Well, you're willing to trade with me and do military access for 430 gold. We'll take it. Don't even know where you are, but we need every little bit of additional economic boost we can get in the early going, probably. And that means that trade here is 65 per turn. Not really enough to make me feel like prioritizing this tradable resource building, quite frankly. Okay. This does generate less income than it does in vanilla, and it does come with a control debuff. So there are offsetting factors for these infrastructure buildings, it looks like. Well, not that one. This one has no debuffs. This one does. This one does not, and this one we know does. Okay. And this one does not. All right. All right, finally, I think we're ready to go. Oh, let me just look to see here. So they've got 3 settlements here. One of them, hopefully, we can take next turn. But overall, they are way stronger than we are. Wow. And they're only at war with us. Well, this is going to be a handful, for sure. Let's go ahead and end our turn. And let's hope they don't move another army into that starting settlement. Okay, apparently they didn't. Okay, here we go. SFO mod menu. Time of control. Control plus 100. Okay. I'm assuming this is for everybody, AI and player. I don't really see any reason. Okay, this is... Oh, I see. So this is if you just want to kind of maybe get an advanced start. This is 10 turns of campaign movement range. Well, that defeats the purpose of the settings that we chose. Campaign line of sight for 10 turns. Time of rebellions. That would be interesting right there. But I'm going to just go time of balance. Yeah, well, I'm just going to go with time of balance for now. Okay, we already know we want you to move over here to help out as much as possible. But you can't reach this turn. You would be able to reach next turn. I guess actually before I do anything else, I should go ahead and fight this battle. Because if this is all the same province, then that affects how I would do this. Okay, so let's go ahead. I don't think there's anything to do before we go ahead and make this attack. It's a close victory. If we auto-resolved, we would lose 2 units. It is going to be a field battle, obviously, but, okay. Well, once more, we'll do the best we can. I think we can win this without losing any units, but we got to be careful with Snikch and the slingers and these spears. Maybe I should have taken a look at using some additional food for Menace Below. Too late now. Alright, let's start deployment. It's an interesting camera angle it chose there at the beginning. Okay, let's go ahead and get you. You're our most important unit, quite frankly. I'm going to set you up here. This time we're not going to get you guys separated from the rest of our army. Although I think I will still get you on the flank. Slingers over here. Snikch, you can stay there.
Come on. Mission triads. Council's command.
Okay. Alright, let's get you. You actually were fairly decent melee, and I meant to double check this. Okay. Why? Ancient Sorcerer, he has physical resistance 20. Wow, this is saying 50%. Interesting. But his trait was 20%. But I thought it also gave him... Oh no, that was the Lord that I recruited. That's not this guy. My mistake, okay. Yeah, okay, I don't remember now what his trait was. Alright, let's start the battle. Let's see if they come towards us. They are coming towards us. Okay, here we go. You guys, let's go ahead and get a combination right here of you three. And the clan rats on them. Okay, is he visible right now? He might be visible. I'd better move him back. He is visible. Let's do this. Boom. Okay. So now you guys should be able to... Okay, they're heading into the woods there. We don't want to fire at them in the woods. Let's go ahead and get you and you together. You can back up at this point. You and you can cast your spell. Boom. and see if you can get on them. You guys go ahead and get on them. You back up a little bit more. You can come over here and help out. Okay, you guys try to pummel them. You guys stay on those Savage Orcs right there. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Let's get you on these guys over here. Okay, you should be firing into them, hopefully. You can help out from that. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Okay, you're already retreating over there. That's bad. You guys get in on them. You guys are... I think I want you actually helping out over here. You get back and actually... Okay, our clan rats are running away. That's going to happen. Okay, we got them running away over there. You, Deathmaster Snikch, you go ahead and do that. You can come over here, cast on those Savage Orcs over there. You guys get forward as well. You guys fire on them, make sure that they stay broken. Okay, over here. Back up. Okay. You guys are you going to get back in the fight? A little bit hard to tell. Okay, you keep coming forward here. You, I want you firing at them. Everybody over here, get back over it this way. Okay, you can fire. Hopefully they'll stay broken because I need to switch you over to this. You keep coming back this way. Okay, right here. You fire on them. You get over here. Snikch, how are you doing? Okay, you guys get in on them. You guys on them. You guys on them as well. Okay, you back to firing over there on them. I don't want Snikch to get himself killed. You guys, or actually, excuse me, not you guys, just you guy. You can fire into them. Okay, this we ought to be okay. You need to switch over now and fire onto them. Yeah, you stay on them. You get in on them as well. You guys, everybody kind of regroup here. Okay, how we doing over here? Not super duper. Okay, Snikch, can you... Okay, we got them broken over there. Let's try to get in on them. Our slingers here are in pretty bad shape. Let's see if we can pull them back. The poison globadiers have unfortunately broken as well. Alright, right here. We need you to be able to cast your spell here on them. Maybe. There we go. And you can help out on them. You fire on them. Globadiers, have you gotten away? You've gotten away at least. It looks like you're going to survive. They're shattered. Okay, there we go. Phew. Skaven are so much fun because it's always super chaotic. It's not for everybody, but if you're ever in the mood for chaotic battles, they are wonderful. Okay, we did not lose any units, so that's good, but we have we've got the replenishment set down so low that this is probably a crippling amount of losses for the time being. But we're going to be recruiting in some new units, so we only got one food for that, but we did at least get a level out of it. 365 treasury and a little bit of experience, okay. Alright, so here's the next big question. We're right here. I don't really want to drop us below surplus food supply, so I'm actually going to occupy this at level 1. Normally, what I would like to do is build up some surplus food so that by the time you do occupy a settlement, you can do it at level 3. It's harder to do that in the early game, however, and in this particular case, I'm so desperate to even the odds against Dimmed Suns here because they were so much stronger than we are. Okay, now we're very much closer to even. I know this says 90 and that says 105, but you can tell from the green versus red that they're actually still a little bit stronger than we are. Just want to check here while I'm on diplomacy. Might as well look and see. Okay. Alright, so Deathmaster Snikch. Well, obviously we want to start out with Route Marcher. That is good for the campaign movement range. We did get the Talisman of Protection. We have no ancillaries yet. But the good news is now we can recruit directly into his army. Let's go ahead and do all Night Runners. And if you remember what I said, that I would do something different on him depending on whether or not we had consolidated these two regions into one province. That means I can now go ahead and do... Yeah, I think we'll do March Stance here. We need to get our armies together ASAP. Okay. We haven't gotten any contracts yet. Next contract in 1 turn, okay? Patience, Michael, patience. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at our settlement here. Do we really want... This is growth, but it doesn't give any casualty replenishment. This is what gives the casualty replenishment. Okay. Well, we do want growth since we have this at level 2 and this at level 1. So I'm going to go ahead and leave. Keep this building, and we'll just repair it. And it's going to be 3 turns, it looks like, before we'll be able to level it up to 2. In the meantime, we're probably going to get a counterattack here from the Dim Suns. And this is interesting. We do not have any replenishment. Okay, so even though we're in home territory, we're inside a settlement, and we have surplus food supplies, we are getting 0 replenishment. Now it says because of local effects, but of course when we hover over this it tells us no local effects. It might be this. It doesn't say anything about casualty replenishment right here, but I can't think of why else we wouldn't have any replenishment. I don't know. I do not understand, but there's nothing unusual about that. There's lots of things I don't understand. 4 turns away from another scheme reset. 1 turn away from a clan contract. Okay. Fingers crossed that we get a little bit of time to replenish, or at least build our army up before the counterattack comes. And of course, a concern is going to be if the counterattack comes down this way and heads towards Jingpo. Hadn't really thought about that. I wonder if it's already time to recruit another lord. I think maybe we do want to. We can't, well, never mind. We can't recruit any units into him. Anyway, we're already recruiting everything we can, so I guess we'll leave it at that. I think I already checked diplomacy. We can't do any rights yet. We need expansionist planning for this. This would be very good, but we have to complete the province before we can get to that. We need to win 3 battles for this. Excuse me. We have currently won 2 battles. So 1 more and we'll unlock that, but it's not really going to be one that I prioritize. Although this looks as though it's free. And this looks as though it's free. Or is it just because it has... No, because this hasn't been unlocked yet either. Are these really free? Doesn't have a cost. Huh, I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Alright, let's end our turn. I'm probably going to go overtime here on this first episode. Kind of want to get my feet beneath me before I call an end to this episode. But I think it will be multiple episodes before we discover whether or not we have crippled ourselves in terms of progress in this campaign with the settings that we chose. Okay, so we have a Clan Scryer contract. Let's take a look at that. We got our storage caves repaired. Oh no, constructed. Okay. And we got our units recruited. We still see no signs of the enemy. We are back to getting replenishment on our characters, but not on anybody else. Very curious. We're also suffering -9 per turn in control. Now the provincial instability is -14 right now, so that's a big part of it. Quite frankly, I might be okay with a rebellion, because we need to fight as many battles as possible. Let's go ahead and get this built. Okay, I can recruit 5 more here into you. So I actually don't really need to do any exchanging of units here. So we're going to send you... Wow, you could get all the way back. I guess that makes sense, that you could get all the way back to here in 1 turn, since this is how far you got in 1 turn. Or maybe what I do is... Alright. Deathmaster Snikch. If I get all of the strongest units into your army and then have you hide... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So I'm going to have you hide. You come out of the settlement here. 75%. Anywhere better than that? 85% right here. Boom. You are going into ambush stance, my dude. 100%. Okay. You then are going to move into the settlement. You're going to interact with him. You're going to give him all your Night Runners. I think what I want to do actually is go ahead and get these guys into Toxidin's army for the replenishing. Okay. So Deathmaster Snikch, you've got units that don't need replenishment. Unfortunately, you're not getting any replenishment, but it's okay. You guys, never mind. You guys are not getting any replenishing even inside the settlement, so let's just go ahead and give you everything. Snikch, okay. Boom, there you go. And then you are going to recruit more of these. Yeah, we'll give you 1 slinger. Why not? Okay. We're still getting good income. Now, what I'm hoping here with Snikch is that they look at this and they think, okay, Village of the Moon here with that really, really weakened, depleted garrison and this single lord army with no units yet looks so vulnerable that they're going to send an army towards this. That way I don't have to worry as much about defending down here if the enemy comes this way. I could send him out scouting, I suppose. If he's not going to replenish,
under the trees,
what benefit is he providing right now? He is providing scouting. Yeah, he can leave the army. So let's get him going up here. That was really weird. It said 108%. Okay, can we see this? Okay, we can indeed see it. We can see there's not an army there. And we can see that it has a weak garrison. Okay, if we go up this way... Alright, you know what? Slight change of plans here. Wow, we can reach. Even with our reduced movement range. Okay, so this is an interesting difference. I feel like it would have been with our regular mods. I'm surprised that we can reach with the with this setting right here, because this feels like a lot of movement for for one turn. However, maybe it's just because it's along a road and it's nice lush territory here. Alright, well, I don't see an enemy army up here. So maybe we go ahead and do this. Yeah, I don't really see why not. And actually what we might do is just sack it. If we can get money out of sacking it, that might be worth doing. Alright. Complete change of plans. I was just expecting that we would not be able to attack this turn. Again, it's going to be a field battle. If we auto-resolved, we would lose 3 units. We're not going to auto-resolve. We're going to fight it. I might have to, just for a test, I might have to play a Clan-eshin campaign with our with the regular mods that I use to see if indeed over here in Cathay along the roads it makes sense that we can move this far, even with 50% reduction to our campaign movement. All right, so anyway, they of course have the hill advantage. This is one time where I'm not going to complain about that because it would make sense that they would build their settlement in a place where they would have the height advantage. It's not going to matter because we're going to have you guys on 5 right here. You guys on 6 right here. And then we'll use some of the menace belows to confuse them. I'm going to leave you back here. All of the damage units, you guys are kind of going to wait until the last minute to get involved. That includes Snikch and the slingers. Oh, I don't have my wizard. He was one of my strongest melee units in the previous battles. Alright, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and let's get 5 first here. So 5, you guys get forward. You guys on 6, you guys get forward. Let's go ahead and do this. Right like this. Okay, so get in on them. You guys should be able to shred them, hopefully. You should be firing now at those saboteurs. That's fine. Okay, keep hitting those archers. You guys, yeah, shred them and back up while you're doing it. You keep going after them. Keep backing up, keep backing up. Surprised you haven't shredded them better than that by now, but it's fine. Keep shredding them. You guys, yeah, start hitting him, I suppose. Okay, you guys keep backing up. Okay, yeah, you can start shooting as well, that's good. Yep, stay on them. Yeah, you broke. That's fine. That's going to happen. You guys back up this way. You keep shooting him. Okay, we got another menace below here. Okay, you guys kind of do that. You go ahead and lock in on them. You keep shooting them. You guys... Wow. Really, you guys? You can't do better damage than that? Let's go ahead and get you guys up there helping out then. You guys can come over this way. You are firing at him. You guys keep backing up. Okay, you over here. You get on them. Okay, you should be doing more damage than this, I feel like. Shoot at them, shoot at them, shoot at them. You guys shoot at them. Shoot at them. Snikch, get in there. You guys back up. Okay, over here. Keep backing up. You can back up this way, that's fine. Yeah, you on them. We should be shredding them over here. Okay, so you three now. You guys get over here. You can get over here as well. You keep doing what you can over there. Snikch, you better get out of there. Okay, let's get you helping out. Well, they broke. Okay. Alright. You keep backing up this way. Come on, guys. You should be able to overwhelm them here. Right here as well. Here, you help out here. Okay. Fire on them, please. You guys over here, fire on them. You keep backing up. Actually, back up this way. You guys right here. Oh, we're out of ammo. That's why. Okay, it's fine. We'll take care of it. Did Snikch run away? Or did I pull him back? I don't honestly remember. Okay. Should be almost done here, I would think. You get ready to help out. You should be firing into them. Everybody else should be broken, it looks like. Nope. Down. Yep, they just broke. Okay. And shattered. There we go. Alright. In battle. Well, I think we still survived with all of our units here. Hopefully. Let's see how much food we can get out of sacking. And if it's not very much, then we'll probably still go ahead and occupy it. We got 1 food for the battle itself. 365 gold. Not enough experience to level. A little bit less than a half a level, it looks like. Okay. Alright, we get no food at all from anything other than raising. Well, we're going to occupy it then. Okay, and we have the sudden kill scheme. Let's find out if that's free. It looks like it's free. Attribute snipe, is this for... It says for this unit, but... Which units does it apply to? All of them? Well, we're going to find out. Perform right. Oh, and I still have to do the Icket Claws contract here. Okay, so... Yeah, this is all happening in turn number 3 here. Okay, wow. Busy turn. So, Deathmaster Snikch, you are getting replenished, but nobody else is. Okay, that's interesting. And so, here's the thing. Are you getting Snipe and Stalk? Well, Snipe wouldn't make sense for you, but are you getting... Yes, you do have Stalk. Okay, so that's all units, apparently, that get that. Okay, well, we'll take it. And meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and recruit 1 more Night Runner into this army. So you'll be at 20 once the Eshin Sorcerer gets back into your army. You are maxing out your recruitment. I'm going to leave you empty for the time being. Now, is this a building that we want to keep? Income 10, pretty underwhelming. Corruption -1, Skaven corruption +1. I don't feel like that's the most important building to have here. We don't need it for research purposes. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need growth or food, probably. Or barracks. Let me take a look here at the barracks. So, yeah, this looks the same as it is for other Skaven. So, at the second level, we increase our capacity for chieftains, which is the main reason why I would want it. We also increase our capacity for storm vermin. I didn't realize that storm vermins had a capacity. Okay. And also, it said something about a special unit. Black 13 or something. I don't see a search field here. And I don't see any unusual. Yeah, those are all what I'm used to. Black 13, there it is, Death Runners. Okay, so it's a special kind of Death Runners. Very expensive, 450 per turn compared to 250. Wow. All right, well, we'll certainly try them at some point, but not for a while, it looks like. Okay, I think then he's got military presence 9. Surely he's got an army of larger than size 9. He must. So he's got another army somewhere. That's a concern. It could be as close to us as over here. Well, it is what it is. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Anyway, then we have clan contracts. So we have increase your reputation with Clan Scryer, and this is going to decrease our reputation with Clan Morse. It's going to give us +5 food. Agent recovery time is 5 turns. I'm going to do Toxidin the Master Assassin, because we can easily replace him with a different lord. This is the guy with the shuriken. Wait a minute. No, it is... Wait a minute. You... Experimental magics. Oh, it's just a cooldown reduction to Black Whirlwind. I was thinking I granted him the spell. My mistake. So we're going to get that spell all the way over here. All right, fair enough. That's cool. That's fine. That's just a simple misunderstanding on my part. Okay, well, again, I need to use him as a scout, so I don't want to get rid of him. I obviously don't want to get Snikch off the map, so we're going to go ahead and do clan contracts, this. We're going to do it with Toxidin. We'll have to replace him then. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't even... Because he didn't have an army yet. Alright, well then I'm going to recruit. You know what? I'm going to recruit over here, just in case. Snikch can get back and forth between these two settlements. No, I better do it here. Wow, look at how much public order we're losing. Okay, I'm going to do it here. So back to you, Master Assassin. Eshin Discipline. Yeah, I think that's what we want. Swift and Unseen. This is experience gained for all infantry and devastating flanker. Entities with this attribute double their charge bonus when attacking. Well, it's nice if you're better at micro than I am, but we're going to do this. Boom. We're going to put him in here. He's going to recruit in one slinger and all the night runners we can get. We're going to check our diplomacy. Quick deal. Okay, Dead Flag Fleet. You're at war with Lokir and Cathay. I don't want to risk becoming friends with you. We'll be at war with those guys soon enough, I'm sure, but I don't want to rush it. Okay, I think we're ready to end this turn. And we're now well over time, so I think this is going to be the place to take a break at the end of this end turn. Alright. I don't see an enemy army yet. What is he doing? Okay, demolition complete. Units recruited, very good. The real question, though, is are we getting any replenishment at all? We are not. Wow, what do we have to do to get some replenishment around here? I think what we're going to want to do here is we're going to... Well, I'll do this in the beginning of the next episode, but we're going to build this Assassin's Hidden Lair, and we're going to recruit in some Assassins building. I think, if I remember correctly, Assassins provide a replenishment buff. At least they do in vanilla, I think. And so if we can get a couple of those recruited, then we can get one of them into Snikch's army here. And maybe that'll be enough to allow us some replenishment, because we desperately need it. Meanwhile, we also need to do some scouting. And I might go ahead and start getting a third army going over here. One big issue is going to be that we're going to have a rebellion. And we don't know where it's going to show up. And if it shows up over there, I need an army. Okay, wow, that garrison is still pretty badly depleted as well. Alright, well, lots to do here. Anyway, that's a good place to wrap this one up, and I'm going to probably have myself a quick meal, and then I might start episode number 2. Like I said, this is going to go up probably as much as maybe a week after I actually do the recording, so whenever the Tamarkan campaign finishes up. But anyway, so far so good. I haven't really seen any bugs. It's been kind of fun to learn what's different. I don't so far see anything drastically different with SFO compared to vanilla, but we'll probably learn more as we move forward, other than, obviously, all the settings. I mean, specific mechanics for Clan Eshin. All right, anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.